Hey y'all, it's your girl Aj, and I'm back with another Belle Collective review, episode 4, season 6. Bella Dice. I guess that's how it's pronounced. So I got a lot of notes on this episode, y'all. So of course we continuing with where the madness left off. So the show opens up with Javon, which is Marie's cousin slash Amanda's boo thing stud. Javon wears many titles, many hats, I guess. So basically Javon is picking up where she left off, saying like, quit capping, Glenn. I already saw the DMs, like, and he like, well, you just came around. You just came around. And then Javon like, man, I've been around. I've been around since you was sending the DMs. And I'm like, oh, that kind of made me ponder, because didn't they end up saying that the DMs was from like a couple years ago or a year ago? And then Mandy just say she was newly divorced because her wife was cheating. So that kind of gives me that, like, Mandy, you must have been cheating too. So then, of course, we then see Marie telling Letitia, girl, come get Glenn, or whatever. He turned up. So I'm also, side note, while they all gathered looking at this and thinking, why in the hell is damn Sad, Glenn, and Cliff looking like damn the Cheetah Girls or Destiny's Child in all of these damn matching sets? Like, the hell is going? Is this supposed to be designer? Is that why they matching? So anyway, Mandy tells Letitia that she tried to keep it at a minimum with Glenn, but that he always been at her. And I'm like, how the fuck did you try to keep it at a minimum? Because you told Latrice and Timber that you basically fed into it because he your type, aka black and ugly. Make it make sense, boo. So then Mandy shows the DMs to Letitia, and then Letitia says that, oh, well, I already seen all of these. This is after our recommitment. And I'm like, it's giving Yandy and Mendices. What you mean you already saw these? You trying to look unbothered, but it's bothering you, and it would bother the hell out of me too. Like, so then Latrice says, well, Mandy told us that Glenn had been trying to contact her or get at her recently. So we like, oh, what's what? So then when they walking up to approach the, Glenn or whatever, we hear Cliff say, stay calm because they gonna expose you. So I'm like, oh, okay. So then basically they all eventually break it up, and Glenn has the nerve to ask Letitia, is she good? And I'm like, what do you think? Do you think that she good? Like, oh my God. So then we go to the next scene, and it's Carrie and Marie, and they checking in on Letitia. So Carrie, if I see this freaking ponytail again, like, girl, you are family, but you are dragging this ponytail like you give looks in real life. I don't know if you panicked for the season and didn't know what to do, but like, your natural hair is usually tea. Like, bring that onto the show. Okay, so then we see Letitia, and basically Marie and Carrie consoling her, and she really hadn't had a chance to talk to Glenn, because when they got there, she just went to Josh's bed, which is their son, and Glenn immediately got up and went to work the next day. And I'm like, first of all, why the hell was you the person in Josh's bed? Glenn in the wrong. You should have slept in the bed, and Glenn should have had his black ass out on the couch or something. And then the fact that he got up and didn't even address her and just went to work is like, this guy's trash can. Bottom of the barrel. So then, so basically Carrie, to me, is right, because she's saying that even if these messages are old and it's like a little bit of flirting, it ain't nothing that really happened. Like, Glenn, you know your history and you're putting yourself in these positions to even have somebody say something about you, which is true. Like, Glenn, you already know you a known cheater. You're a cheater, pumpkin eater. Like, you already know you got this reputation, and then y'all done recommitted. Why would you do anything that's gonna make you look sus? Like, why? Because you know you married to Letitia, and her milk duds ain't going nowhere. Like, sick of it. She cried. I know she felt embarrassed, and I felt a little bad for her. And then I came to the realization when she was like, you know, this all happened at Latrice's house and this and that about the collective, and I would never let my friends come and do anything like that to y'all, which is a damn lie, because y'all remember the situation with Taisha, the girl that was supposed to be having a relationship with Tambra's boyfriend slash baby's father or whatever. And then didn't they go meet with the guy that was stalking Tambra, and they had like a court case and stuff. So you almost had me, Letitia, until I remembered the kind of stunts that you pulled too. So then I didn't feel as bad for you. Okay, so then Marie says, you know, I do feel bad for you, Tisha, but Latrice has showed you over and over again the snake that she is, which is true. And you was wrong, Letitia, when Marie and Latrice was going at it, and Marie was ride or die for you, and you really wasn't sticking behind Marie. You was really kind of sliding with Latrice. So, I mean, it could be like just do. So, they basically all agree that this whole thing was a setup. And it was a setup. So, then we move to the next scene. And it's Latrice talking on the phone to Mandy. She in her car. So, she all chipper like, hey, Mandy girl. Just messy. Messy as hell. And so she basically asking like Mandy where she is. So they meet up and like walk and talk. They got like lattes or something. And so they talking about everything. And they talking about Cliff first. And like how he's still staying in the condo. And he's staying in the condo even more and more. And so Mandy like, well, girl, you need to go and stay with him. And it's like, baby, who the hell is chasing behind Cliff and his thin ass hair? He need to be happy that he even got Latrice, and he need to be lucky to be at home instead of trying to run away from home. So anyway, Latrice says, I know this is gonna look bad on me, and everybody's gonna think that, you know, this was me and that I set this up, but I didn't come up with the game. I had my team. Your team? Who the hell are you? And your team might have put the game together, but you definitely had input on the questions that were in there. Like, come on, cut the crap, Latrice. We see you. We see you for your works, honey. You might as well just fess on up to it, honey. Miss Snake Trees. Miss Copperhead. So then Latrice like, oh, well, you know, it did get a little messy, but the drinks were flowing. And no, baby, you're not Jamie Foxx. Don't blame it on the alcohol. Don't blame it on the goose. Got you feeling loose. Like, that's what Mandy came from for. It wouldn't even matter to me if she didn't even have a sip of alcohol. She was coming to blow the fucking spot up anyway. Like, and that's what you had Mandy there for. But Mandy, you need to be careful, because obviously Latrice has a pattern of using her friends and other people to do her dirty work and say stuff that she ain't got the nerve to say with her little twitching, nervous energy. But then if it go wrong or you not serving her no more, then it kind of look like she'll, you know, dispose of you like she did Joshy. So, Mandy, you might ought to watch out, hun. So Mandy says she don't want to be in a bad place with Cliff because Cliff is basically like family, and she don't want to be in a bad spot with Cliff because of nothing that Cliff's friend and her got going on, which obviously Cliff's friend is Glenn. And I'm like, what you mean going on? Like, that makes it seem like y'all have had more than, like, I guess these DMs. So it's kind of one of them things where I feel like the more people talk, they just gonna obviously tell on themselves. Like, that's what it was giving me. So then we go on to the next scene, and it's Matt at, like, I guess you would consider it a batting cage with one of his like clients or whatever. He working with a young guy named Jay. Can't remember his last name. And so Matt is telling us how he is a sports agent, and that basically he is, you know, pro-black, like pro-minority athletes, because, you know, they don't really get the same opportunities that other people get. And, you know, he works with not only, I guess, the teams, but like the family. So I guess he kind of like a liaison type of person, you know, sharing his expertise. And so then, of course, we see Carrie. She come in, so she got like some smoothies or something in her hand. And I really did like her look. She kind of had like the little preppy look, like tennis skirt, but she had like heels on with it and like a little shirt tied up. And the hair looked better this scene. She had, I don't know if it was clip-ins or sew-in, and the hair looked better, you know, this scene. I think it could have been blended a little bit better at the top, but I really like this hair on Carrie. She looked good here, like it was fun, you know. So Carrie comes in with the drinks, and so they are telling us how they both travel for work. So Carrie was saying, you know, we both travel, and, you know, I'm around in the city and you around in the city. So I thought I'd come visit you, you know, while you at work. And so, basically, she is saying that, but I'm like, yeah, you coming to visit because he done crunched you up about how you ain't putting enough time in, which is cute because, you know, that means she paying attention. So basically, Matt says that, you know, he checked on Glenn after everything happened. I'm like, Matt, why was you checking on Glenn? I mean, I guess just to be nice. And so he was saying through Instagram, and so Carrie was like, so you slid in his DMs too? I thought that was funny as hell. So I guess Glenn's DMs popping. Okay, little Boosie. But so basically they talking about everything that happened and how crazy it was, and Carrie was laughing, but then she was like, I really don't like shit like that, but it's one of them moments where, like, you be like, I hate mess, but then when the mess happen, you like, with your binoculars, like, I like mess, but I don't like to be in mess. So I felt what she was saying then. And so basically she came to see Matt, and Matt like, no, you came to be messy and talk about drama or whatever. And she like, no, I came to see my husband and spend time. And he like, you don't spend time because you always in your phone. And she like, I'm in my phone, I'm doing work. You know, like, you on social media, you just scrolling. When I'm on social media, I'm creating content, which is true. Like, Carrie is like, I don't ever see Carrie and she is not working in some capacity. But, you know, like, when you make the decision to have a family, even when your business change and you become an owner and a boss, you kind of got to put that hat down some when you with your family and stuff. You know, like, business may not quote unquote always be there, but for sure your kids won't be small, like, and you don't want to feel like you missed out on their whole childhood or these good moments with your husband because you feel like they'll always be there and you after the money. Like, you know, you've done good. You have made you know, a name for yourself, a profitable business. You doing good. You done put in the work, you know, to be able to try to chill and stuff a little bit. And so she tells Matt in the confessional, oh, and her confessional look changed. She had like a black bob with like the part down the middle, red lipstick. I thought she looked good. I liked the bob. And so she was batting her eyes at Matt, and he was like, why are you doing that? And cause like Matt don't talk a lot usually, but he no filter, just like she is. And so basically, he was saying that she was saying, you don't listen to us, you don't pay attention to us, you zone out. And he was saying, like, you talk a lot. I got 2 daughters. Then I got a son that he talk a lot too. So when you got 4 people and they all coming in on you, like, it's kind of hard to concentrate. And that's true. I know all 3 of their kids and they are talkative. But they're sweet kids. And so basically he kicked her out. He pushing her out the door. He like, you came to, you know, talk about the drama or whatever. So, and I'm like, I know Jay thinking in his head, like, okay, nice to meet you, girl, but like, they usually pay for about an hour when you getting like training or whatever. They pay a lot of money. And then with Matt have, you know, signing his first person that you know made it to the MLB, I'm sure he little Uzi, he just went up on his price. So, you know, time is money. Carrie, you interrupting this boy's conversation. Get out of here. So, then we go to the next scene, and it's Sad and Marie. Marie pulling up to this, look like, renewed trap house. I'm like, Marie love a trap house, huh? And so then we find out that it says Hair Academy. You know, he a barber or whatever, I think, by trade. And so we find out that Sad and Marie met in cosmetology school, which was cool because I do remember her saying that she was a licensed cosmetologist, which would definitely explain why her real hair, like the short hair, always eats. Like, love it. That's one thing. Now, them wigs, questionable. But that short hair, not a hair out of place. Marie eats down with it, and I stand on it. So basically, Marie go in there and Sassy said getting ready to like dye his beard, and I'm like, why? We all know you in your 40s or 50s, like you got gray hairs. Like, I'm literally 29, finna be 30 this year. And I got a few gray hairs in my head. So, like, what is the big deal? And so, Marie, you know, blow the dust off of her old cosmetology skills. And so, she basically like, okay, let me see if I still got it. So, she doing his beard for him while they talking or whatever. And so, Marie says that she want the old bed. Oh, let me say this, by the way, too. We found out that the Cosmetology Academy or Barber Academy is right next door to the house. I'm like, boy, ain't this some damn country shit? That's us Mississippians for you. So, Marie says that she wants that bed gone out of the house because of all the trauma and like all the cheats and stuff he used to do. She just wanted renewed, or like honestly get rid of the house altogether. And so he says that he wants to keep the house, and she like, why? We starting over, we starting anew. Why do you need like this bachelor pad? So then he asks Marie to help him spruce up his place. And I'm like, oh, there it is, asking for money. Because you know she gonna be the one to fund it. He ain't just asking for her taste and her expertise. Baby, he asking for them Marie Monroe megabucks, honey. He's ready to get in them pockets and get acquainted. So basically, she said that to say it, they get to talking about like the madness at the event, and she like that she been in Letitia's shoes before, you know, being around somebody your husband cheating with and it putting you in an uncomfortable spot. It's embarrassing. But then Maria also say, like, you know, that shit was bold of Mandy to like come in with it like that, which I agree with. And so I definitely agree with that. Sassy said, still a no-go in my book. He easing his way into them pockets, child. So then we go to the next scene, and I think Carrie is surprising. We see her, you know, setting up or having somebody to set up and do like a charcuterie board and different stuff. She's setting up like a little romantic night for, you know, her and Matt. She's surprising him. So she looked good. She had on like a hot pink or fuchsia type, you know, bodycon dress. I was like, okay, Carrie. But here we go with this ponytail again. Like, girl, oh my God. And then like, girl, have you worn it so much that like it don't even look as full as it was looking at the beginning? But Lord, let me not go in on my cousin like that, Jesus. And so Matt comes in and he totally surprised. And so he like, oh, you know, I really love this. This is like the nicest thing that you done ever done for me. And I'm like, he ain't lying, because Carrie is probably don't be doing stuff like that. But I'm like, not him busting her out on national TV. And the fact that y'all been knowing each other since y'all was like 15, y'all been married or at least dating around for as long as I can remember. 30 years, and then this is the nicest thing you ever done for him. Come on, Carrie, you gotta step your cookies up. Get with your girl now, let you know how to surprise your man or whatever. Since you think that I'm your protege, you can be my protege on a little romantic stuff. So, they do a toast, and she toasts to non-traditional marriage, and I'm kind of like, what? But then she says, but to traditional love. So I guess because, you know, it's not like the classic stay-at-home wife, which nobody really does that anymore. But I guess because she a boss and an entrepreneur and she out making money and making big moves, and he doing the same thing. So I thought that was cute. And of course, I'm rooting for all good relationships. I'm rooting for them, they family, they been together. Like, I don't think they ain't going nowhere, you know. They really do love each other. And who else gonna put up with Carrie crazy self like Matt? He the perfect person. So then we go to the final scene, which is Glenn talking to his stepdad while they painting like the baseboards or something in the garage. And I'm like, oh Lord, Glenn trying to get away from Letitia hard. Cause baby, I don't know if I've never seen nobody painting the baseboards in the garage, child. So the stepdad is telling Glenn after Glenn is telling the stepdad about, I guess, him and Letitia being in a hard place, that he a good man. And I'm like, now, don't get on here and lie, stepdad. You must need a damn loan or something from Glenn and Letitia, because you in here lying through your teeth now. I don't know you, but I don't know Glenn, and I know he ain't no damn good man. So, then Letitia come out and the stepdaddy go in, so she ready to talk to Glenn. Letitia's wig looked better in this scene. Must have been freshly laid. And so then she says to Glenn, you know, like, don't be bringing nobody that you messing with around me. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Girl, you might as well let that man cheat in peace. So basically, Glenn is not taking any accountability. He's saying that, you know, oh, everything that's done happened from the Antoinette situation to the whole fake that person may have a baby by me, and now Latrice's hairdresser, it's all her, she behind it, and you know this and that. And it's like, but Glenn, even if Letitia is behind, I'm sorry, Latrice is behind bringing it to the light, you keep doing dirt in the dark. Like, nobody can use ammo that you, nobody can shoot you if you're not providing the ammo. Like, you're providing the ammo. So then we see Letitia cry. She like, I just wish they would leave me alone. Like, damn, I'm tired. You should be tired of your husband. The person that is consoling you while you're crying is literally the villain. It's him. And it's like, girl, you deserve so much better. Is your self-esteem low? Like, I know I made the jokes about the milk duds and all that stuff, but like, you really are pretty and you have a lot going for yourself. Like, you could do a lot better than Glendale. So all that being said, basically that's it. That's the show. We'll see what they got next episode. But thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for riding with me on this roller coaster. See y'all next time.